the highlights of my time in Doctor Who has been everything except the empty child. Is that...
I can't the empty child. I thought, you know, not enough time. Sorry.
Okay.
It's brutal. It's brutal. I've got to edit him all the time. You know, horses through mirrors.
Can you talk a little bit about how, when you're dealing with actors of this stature and with this kind of charisma, how that changes the stories that you write as it moves along? Do you start writing for the actors as much as the characters in some ways?
If you did that, that would be insulting the actor, frankly. I mean, the actor, an actor like David Tennant doesn't want you to write him. He wants you to write the Doctor, and he will bring his expertise to playing it. It influences it in subconscious ways. You just sort of pick up on the styles and the rhythms of David. But frankly, and importantly and centrally, the Doctor is the Doctor. And it's up to each of the brilliant actors who played that part to make it different and special. It's not up to you and the page. It's the same matter, you know.
I remember you saying that every episode of Doctor Who, it has to be like, in story terms, it's like a feature film. And I think, you know, there was a huge round of applause for Blink. That's like a feature film script. It's in scale and scope and ideas. It's huge. You gave it up. Thank you for giving it to us. But it was 45 minutes. It's not a long amount of time to tell such a big story, such a complex story, and such a big emotional story. So I think that's something that you achieved brilliantly.
Well, thank you.
Should we take some questions from the audience, do you think?
Oh, go on.
Do we have...
Do they all get one each? Because this could take a while.
Please do not run as you approach the question mic.
Amazing.
Just remember that try to keep your questions short, no preambles, no declarations, no life stories, and try to not ask about what's going to happen next in the plot, because you're probably not going to get a good answer.
Okay, can I ask a question?
Please, go ahead. How are you?
What plans do you have in the future about, like, well, that's a little too vague, but in the past, like, the Time Lords and, like, Gallifrey, pretty much.
Sorry, are they for the future of all of Doctor Who? Or just my immediate plan? Well, I'm not telling you. Sorry, Matt, but we can't tell you. English.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
First of all, Blink, fantastic episode. This question is for Stephen. When you came up with the line, wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey, did you realise that you were going to invent the best time paradox get-out clause ever created?
It's not a get-out clause. Because the story makes sense. It does. Logically, there's nothing it's covering up. It's just if you don't want to think about it, you can use that silly phrase. Oh, it's funny. Otherwise, you're going to have them say there's a chronic hysteresis or something. That'd be boring. And you want to give, you want it to be funny and interesting. And it's good to know what's going to be on my gravestone.
Thank you very much.
Fairly good.
Hello. Many of us were attending a Neil Gaiman reading earlier this week, and we of course asked him if he would be writing a script for Doctor Who with Steve Moffat, and he said that we would have to ask you, Steve, if indeed that would be at all capable, and we asked if we would be able to say that if Neil said yes, and he said no, don't do that. But we could say that he said that would be nice, wouldn't it?
I feel like I'm watching a date going on here. I think we should leave the panel. It's a little relationship going on here.
I can absolutely confirm that that would be nice.
Somewhere. It'll be like lunch to dinner. Yeah.
feel like from being Russell T. Davis as head writer and then passing the torch to you, Mr. Moffat? Like, how did you feel when you got chosen as the new head writer?
Well, I should establish that there isn't an actual torch. How does it feel? I mean, just exciting. That's all. Just exciting. I mean, I suppose it should be daunting or nerve-wracking, but oh, what the hell? It's not a real job like working in a hospital. It's just fun. I mean, it's the job I always wanted to do. So it's just fun. I mean, it's hard work too. But then most things that are fun are hard work. Women, for instance.
Russell and I have already said to Stephen that he has to make sure that we're invited to the launch of season 5. Otherwise, we'll be outside the press launch, you know, with our noses pressed up to the glass of the window, trying to, you know, get in.
You'll be invited. Come on. You won't come though. You'll sulk. Sorry, did we answer that question? I can't remember. We're jet lagged.
Okay, so I was wondering if we'd get any more about the face of Bo in the future.
I can absolutely say to you, how excited was John Barrowman when he read that page in the script? He was filming with us, and I kept texting him saying, have you read the script yet? But you know, if you read it, read from the start. Don't jump to the end. Because everyone kept laughing with him, and you know, constantly the crew kept saying to him, "Oh my God, have you got to page 48 yet?" And so he was getting more and more anxious. And now Gamora, who plays Tosh in Torture, was with him, and she said she heard the scream of when he realised he was indeed the face of Bo. Is he coming back, Stephen?
I don't know. I'm not telling you.
Hi. In the library episode, writing River Song, what was it like writing a character that's got a future history and the complexities of that? And is there pressure to bring her back, or just we'll never see her again and she's just something in some distant future?
What it was like to write that was just tremendously good fun. I mean, because one of the most fun things to do in Doctor Who is all that kind of hinting and secrecy, and it's like all this sort of little mythic references Russell makes to the Time War. That's just all great fun. You love doing that. As to, well, we know the Doctor will see her again. Whether he may just sneak out the TARDIS late one night with champagne and a corsage. Possibly his toothbrush. Always a good thing. Always know a man's got hope when he's got his toothbrush. But if you take my advice, never on a first date accidentally drop your toothbrush on the table as you get your wallet to pay, because that's just embarrassing. There's no way out of that. That looks hopeful.
It sounds like this is from personal experience.
I'm not saying, but you do it. And where can you go with it? It's like,
you see,
I like to clean my teeth unexpectedly. I need the benefit of surprise.
I've got...
Or handcuffs, don't drop handcuffs. Really bad. Shrunken head and former lover also bad.
I'm stopping us on this river. I've got my own River Song question, Stephen.
Sorry?
I've got a question about River Song.
Have you? Yes.
Is she his wife?